But you stood on a manifesto which said, in terms, Labour accepts the referendum result. For a lot of Labour Leave voters, going back to another referendum sounds like you are betraying them on that promise.
What we said is that we respected the result of the referendum, and we've done that over the last 2 years. We also stated that we rejected no deal as a viable option, and we've consistently pressed the Prime Minister to take no deal off the table. Indeed, our own ministers have done the same thing, and we don't want to be in the position where we end up having to have a vote on her deal and a number of other options. We want a deal that secures parliamentary support and puts the economy first, and certainly that's what we're pushing for. But we've got to leave all options on the table to avoid an economic catastrophe for Britain, and we've got to look at that potential option of putting her deal or a number of other Leave options to the people.
How many offended and upset Labour Leave voters do you think we're talking about? How many members of the public voted Labour and also voted Leave?
We're not looking to overturn the result of the referendum,
Yes,
Andrew,
you are.
by any stretch. No, we're not. We're not. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. What we've said is that to avoid a damaging or a no-deal Brexit, we think that there should be an option on the table to put a deal and a number of other options to the people.
You say, I'm sorry to interrupt, you say a number of other options. Would Remain be one of those options?
That may well be one of the options, and indeed my colleagues have stated that Remain could potentially be an option on the paper, along with a number of other options.
Our manifesto commitment, we said we'd respect the referendum, but we also said we wouldn't allow Theresa May to take us out of Europe with a reckless deal, and we would not support no deal. So what we're doing is exactly as our party conference unanimously decided. We're still arguing for our proposal, which is a deal we think can protect jobs in the economy, and we're still arguing if that doesn't go through, we should have a general election. But we've recognised that actually, if we have to block no deal and to block a bad deal, well, we'll have to go back to the people themselves.
And you yourself have come on a bit of a journey on this, haven't you? Because in 2016, you said in a speech that Labour must not push for a second vote. To do so would put us against the majority will of the British people and on the side of certain corporate elites. Yeah. I mean, the real thing that's changed here is MPs defecting to join the independent group, isn't it? Has that not had any bearing on your decision at all?
No, we've been straight with people. We've been forced into this situation by Theresa May. Look, for 2 years she's delayed and delayed and delayed and running down the clock. She's now presented us with a deal which can't be supported because it will have such dire consequences for my constituents and for the jobs of the people right the way across the country. We can't support that. We certainly can't support no deal, which could be catastrophic. So therefore, we're saying, look, we've got a deal that we think could protect jobs in the economy, which we saw only 2 weeks ago. The European Union representatives were keen to negotiate with us on. So therefore, we'll still be pushing for that. But we respect the view that if we can't get that, well, we will have to break the logjam by going back to the people.